What's something you saw as a kid but didn't realize was messed up until you were older? When I was 7, my mom had this special chair at our dining table nobody else could sit in. Not me, not my sister, definitely not dad. If anyone took her seat, she'd just stand there staring until they moved. I didn't think it was weird. I figured all moms had their favorite spots. I remember when grandma came for Thanksgiving dinner and sat in mom's chair. Mom stood behind her, not saying a word, until dad whispered something to grandma. She switched seats, laughing awkwardly. "Sorry, I forgot about Marie's chair," she said. But later I heard her asking dad in the kitchen, "How long has she been like this?" Mom had these rituals before eating. She'd tap her fork on the plate exactly 5 times, then rearrange all her food so nothing touched, even spaghetti. She'd spend 10 minutes separating each noodle from the sauce. I thought it was just a funny habit, like how my friend Tommy always ate his sandwich crust first, or how Ms. Peterson at school collected frog figurines. At my birthday party in 3rd grade, we had pizza, and mom brought her own plate from home, the white one with tiny blue flowers. My friend Zoe asked why, and I proudly explained, "Mom's plate is special because regular plates have invisible germs that only she can see." Zoe's mom, who was helping serve cake, gave my mom this weird look, but I didn't understand why. Every house had rules, right? Ours was that we never moved mom's stuff. Her shoes had to stay in the exact spot by the door, lined up perfectly straight. Her toothbrush couldn't touch anyone else's in the holder. The magnets on the fridge had to form a perfect line, evenly spaced. The canned goods in the pantry had to have all labels facing forward. I made a game of it, pretending mom's things were lava. I'd carefully navigate around her perfectly arranged living room, where cushions had to be precisely centered. I'd warn friends who came over, "Don't touch the blue coffee mug or mom will have a bad day." My best friend Jessie thought it was cool, like we had our own secret spy training. One afternoon in 4th grade, I was reaching for my backpack and accidentally knocked over mom's carefully arranged row of magazines on the coffee table. I panicked and tried to put them back in order. Time, then People, then Better Homes and Gardens. But she came home before I could fix it. She didn't yell. She just stood frozen in the doorway, staring at the crooked pile. Then she sat on the floor next to the fallen magazines, rocking back and forth, breathing hard with her eyes closed, muttering numbers under her breath. Dad took me to get ice cream and we stayed out for hours. When we came back, mom was asleep and the magazines were perfectly arranged again. I remember thinking, wow, I get ice cream when I make a mistake. This is awesome. But dad's eyes were red and he barely talked the whole time. When I asked if mom was mad at me, he said, "No, sweetheart, mom just needs things to be a certain way to feel safe." I didn't understand why messy magazines would make anyone feel unsafe. For my science project in 5th grade, I did an experiment on cleaning products that kill the most germs. Mom helped me every night, letting me use her special cleaning supplies that she kept locked in a cabinet. She knew everything about bleach and disinfectants. My project won 1st place and the teacher said, "Your mom must be a scientist." I beamed with pride, thinking mom was the smartest mom ever. It wasn't until my psychology class in college, 15 years later, when the professor described OCD, that everything suddenly clicked. She talked about rituals, arrangement compulsions, contamination fears, and counting behaviors. It was like she was reading the handbook to my childhood. That day, I called dad and finally asked about mom's special chair and all her rules. The long silence before he answered told me everything I needed to know. What I had seen as just how moms are was actually my mother battling severe, untreated mental illness, while everyone around her carefully maintained her fragile world of rituals, too afraid to disrupt it or get her the help she needed.